What is good, beautiful people? I'm currently on the coast of Spain. I'm in Marbella right now, and I wanted to come on and have a quick conversation with you guys about how I got here, about how I got financial freedom, and how I got myself to a point in life where I can literally do whatever I want and hopefully provide some value and some guidance on how you can achieve something like this for yourself. So it all started when I was living at home with my dad, and I noticed that I was making quite good money. I was in my hometown, I was chilling, and I was in my comfort zone. I could have stayed in that position for the rest of my life and lived a pretty comfortable life, but it would have been a very mediocre life. So I made the executive decision to move myself out of my hometown and go to a completely new city where I didn't know anyone, get a new job, and just have a fresh start. I had about $17,000 in my bank account at the time, and I moved to Melbourne and I drained my bank account to zero. I got a terrible construction job and I got completely out of my comfort zone, and I began to hate my life. I hated the situation I was in. And I did that for quite a long time, and then I realized I needed to make a change, and that's when I understood I was working this job and I was listening to podcasts and ebooks all day, and I learned that in order for you to kind of break free or get some sort of freedom or get a better life for yourself and actually not be that mediocre person, what you need to do is you need to become valuable, you need to become irreplaceable, and you need to become in high demand. And I always say become valuable. But it's not, I don't want it to just become a blanket term, so I want to explain what that actually means and what it means to me. Becoming valuable is doing those things, is learning certain skill sets that set you apart from the average person so that your job cannot be replaced by anyone. And this was hard hitting for me because I was working this construction job, digging holes, and I thought anyone can do this job. What I'm doing right now is like a robotic job that anyone can do, right? So how do I distinguish myself and become more valuable? I need to learn more in-demand skills, I need to learn more high-income skills, and I need to become the best at these skills. I knew I had to lock in, and I knew I had to go through a transformative experience. So as I started to learn these new skills and learn how to sell and learn how to market, I decided to move back in with my parents and lock myself in my room and not leave until I was making the money I wanted to be making. Now, as I moved back in with my parents, I knew it was not going to be this time where I was settling. It was going in there with the sole intention of achieving a certain outcome, and I wasn't allowed to leave until I achieved that outcome. By doing this, it allowed me to focus on one thing, no distractions, no wasted time, and I was literally so obsessed with getting the result, I didn't think or do anything else for that period of time. What that allowed me to achieve was I set a goal for myself to get to $10,000 a month by the end of the year. The month after I set that goal, I made $12,000 in a month. So simply by locking in, by having a clear vision and being obsessed with achieving that and having no distractions, I achieved what I wanted to achieve so quickly. And you can too. I can get into the details and the specifics of what I learned and what I did, like learning how to sell, learning how to market, learning how to create content. That kind of came after. But the main message and the main thing that I actually did was that period of time where I was just completely obsessed with achieving the one vision and I had no distractions. And you can only get to that point of focus and obsession through being very, very clear on what it is that you want and being really, really discontent in the situation you're in. I've never seen someone be comfortable or be okay with their situation make that kind of leap. It only happens from discontentment. So if you're okay with your situation, it is very likely that you are too comfortable or you aren't discontent enough. You would be better off making your situation worse, which is exactly what I did. I made my situation worse to give myself that push to make things better. Else you will kind of always just stay in that zone where ain't shit good, ain't shit bad, you're just kind of okay with life. And I think that's pretty much the saddest place you can actually be, is in this weird zone of like, oh, things are okay, they could be better, but like I don't really care because it's okay, I got a mid bitch, I got this, I got that. That's like the saddest place to operate because you're not discontent, you're not working on a mission, it's just mediocrity. And that's the saddest type of person I can see, is that person who just has a bad enough bitch, she's mid, she's a 6, and he lays down extra every night, but he probably can't get a better bitch because he doesn't have good enough income and whatever. these are the things. So if you're in a situation now where you are comfortable, but you know it's a mediocre life and that's what you're going to be looking at, just maybe think of changing your environment, changing the situation, maybe allowing things to get a little bit worse periodically so that you are discontent enough to make a change. If you're in a situation where things are really, really, really bad and everything's going wrong and you're hating your life and your work is shit, your life is shit, your health is shit, good. Yes, that is a good thing, my friend, because it means that around the corner is enough discontentment to push you to be fucking great. And if you have that period of locking in, everything can change. Now, I'm not saying you can't be in this comfort zone and be like, I need to lock in. You lock in when there is something that you need. It's not something that you want, it's something that you need, and you're obsessed with getting it. And like I said, that only comes from discontentment with the state of your life. That is a lesson that I learned on my journey, and that's like a lesson that I picked up in the process of me going from this fucking normal ass person to someone who's making $50,000 a month, traveling the world, complete financial freedom. That you need to be discontent, you need to be obsessed, you need to need the thing, not want it. Today's lesson, Bomber Club. See you guys in the next one. 1 minute for the view. Shit's beautiful, we're blessed, and we're not smelling the roses, baby. I'll see you at the top.